Welcome to episode 18 of the Trav and Risk podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
We have a special guest, my man Logan, Sir LJ, Get Money, local phenom, making some music out there. One of my favorite dudes. Yeah, no, we appreciate you being here, man. For sure. What you been up to? Been working?
You know, it's like I've been working both my jobs. It's like nothing's changed during this pandemic for me.
Right. For some
I'm
people.
working my normal hours, still doing everything what I normally be doing.
Right.
Get out of work on music.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's like it. Yeah. Just making that money, you know?
Definitely.
You been doing anything in the studio or been...
Yeah, man. I've been like... So since I've started the new job like 3 months ago, I've been really trying to like understand the production side of music.
Right.
So like I've been rapping, I've been doing that whole thing for like a while now, but like I've never understood like music theory itself.
Right.
So like I sat down, like I understand like chord progressions, and like I went from working with a producer that now I barely even associate with at all.
Oh, really?
Which he sparked that like fire in me to like be independent solely.
Right. No, that's awesome. Yeah.
So
you
yeah,
got
that's
that
all
going
I've been
early.
doing.
Yeah.
That's all I've been doing. Like I've been making sure I made at least one beat a night for the past like 3 months.
That's awesome. No, so I was gonna say, so you're making some good shit then.
Definitely.
I said, put some time into it, making it right.
Yeah, it feels right, man. Like any stress that I have in my like.
Yeah, it's just gone. Well, what's cool about creativity that I love is like you can really put yourself into it and get like lost in it. It's like whatever you got going on, like in the physical world, you can lose it in the creativity of stuff. So it's kind of a nice separation, especially if you're like stressed, like a lot of stuff going on. Just like do something creative, like challenge yourself with that creativity of, you know, music, you know, we do the podcast, stuff like that. And it just kind of opens you up though. It really does. It kind of just opens you up like does surgery, you know?
100%.
So,
yeah.
Definitely. I was listening to a song this morning, Worries. You got to check it out. That's my man right here. And also Get Away, one of my favorite beats for sure. So that's the most recent one. How many songs have you had total that you produced on iTunes and Spotify? Like, do you know the real number like, as of now anyway?
Me personally, like not like me just producing.
Yes. Yeah. As of
one.
Now. One? Really?
That's how new I've only been producing for like 4 months.
Wow.
And like I have like 50 songs that I produced that are just sitting on my laptop.
Right. I was gonna say, so
and
you're
like,
probably like amped up to get them out
like
there. And
3/4 of them will probably never reach the light.
Right. Yeah, never
So it's like.
But that's the whole part of it, you know, kind of weaning it out, walking through it, and then one will lead to the other, lead to a full song. So yeah, there's a lot.
So
to
I'm
it.
working on an album right now, a self-produced album.
Really? How many songs are it gonna be? Do you think?
Okay, I want it to be a lot because, like I said, like I have like close
you
to
got
like
a
50
lot of
songs.
Right now. Currently,
but
you're
like,
working on, but
it's quality over quantity.
Early stage. Yeah.
So it's like.
And no, it's good. That's like I said, we feel the same way, especially like with our podcast. We always say like we just don't want to do a video. We just don't want to be out here every week just throwing out nonsense. We want to have actual content. If the content's not there, shut it down. Like don't even do it because it's not worth it. You know, like what are you doing? You know. But no, that's good. Like I said, it's a good thing to learn early on. Especially you coming up, you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do too. So yeah, it's definitely
awesome.
That's good stuff.
All right, before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to do my questions.
Okay.
Because otherwise it ruins the whole thing. We gotta go. We gotta start from the beginning here. He just was like, "Whoa, I didn't think you were gonna right off the bat just talking like that." So what I wanted to do is just ask you. I'm gonna start. I have Trav start a timer for 60 seconds. I'm just gonna ask you some questions, just for everyone to like get to know you a little bit. And they're not gonna be like, "What's your age? What's your birthday?" No. You know, nobody cares about
You might catch me lying with that. Yeah. Well, yeah, let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
All right, here we go.
All right, which app do you use the most on your phone?
Instagram.
What's the last concert you went to?
Lil Wayne, Blink 182.
What's your current phone background?
It's my album cover.
Okay. Chipotle or Moe's?
Chipotle.
Last show you binge watched?
Hollywood.
Is that good?
Awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever met anyone famous?
Yes.
Who?
I've met
a lot of people.
Not a lot of people. I've met a model, Josie Canseco, in LA last time I was there. Nice. I met Shiggy, if you know the nice or like Kiki.
Yeah.
Do you know he made that dance?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like I've gone to concerts and had meet and greets. Like I met like Mike Stud. So like no one crazy, but like I met people famous. Yeah.
Favorite sport to watch?
Basketball.
Favorite sports team?
Packers. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Okay.
It's the only different.
Favorite artist or band?
Ooh, J. Cole.
Favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Dream vacation.
Dream vacation. Fuck. I'm gonna answer this question.
Go ahead, yeah. Finish it up.
I think I want to go to. I don't know, man. That's a good question because I don't think I know the answer to. But I don't even know if the location matters. I just want to be with my team, and I want to just be celebrating and working.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Which might be coming up soon.
Yeah.
That's the best place to be. That's awesome.
My dream vacation's Greece, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah,
see, I was looking for the country, and I was just like, I don't know, Jamaica?
Mine would be like Greece or like the Maldives.
Where's that?
That's
I've
like,
never heard of that.
Okay, so that's like in the Indian Ocean or something. It's like literally it's like off, like, it's just the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Like, on the other side of the world, and those are like when you see those places like on TV or like the computer where you see like those huts over the water. Yeah. That's like the Maldives or like Bali.
Okay, that'd be cool.
It's kind of like all in the same area, so yeah.
Where you going?
Wait, oh man, see, honestly, I love quarantine, dude. I'd be home in a hot tub just chilling. That's fine with me.
New York.
That's exactly. That's fine with me. I don't even care. Yeah, I don't even care.
Oh.
It's fine. I like to be away. Like as I get older, I realize I just like to get away from all of it. I'm good. You know, maybe hit the golf course or something. That's fine. That's good enough for me.
I hear you.
I'm easy.
I just dropped one of your puzzle pieces, but hey,
it's okay.
I'll remember to
we'll
pick
get it after.
She'll never find. She'll be looking for it for 2 weeks.
We'll be like, this piece is missing.
No doubt.
All right. No, because that was only supposed to be like for a minute, which I let it go because he went.
I tried rapid fire. I was trying to get into as many as I could.
Well, then I made like the mistake of asking you who you met that was like somebody famous, so we got off on the thing. Have you ever met anybody famous?
No. I've seen like famous people, but I've never been like, I don't know.
But then it comes down to like, what's fame? Like, how do you know? Like,
it's your your description.
Are you too famous?
Yeah.
You do a podcast?
No.
Or not.
Not that I'm up. But
you know who
I
did meet? Though I did meet
maybe
one
somebody.
person that was famous.
Did you?
Like, for sure. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Like, so I got like Will Smith's autograph. Like, not Will Smith like getting jiggy with it. Like Will Smith that used to play. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he went to Proctor.
Right. R.I.P.
And he was there. Right. R.I.P. for sure. Mm-hmm. And he was there. And my mom was actually working security there at the time. And I like wasn't there or whatever. Like, I think it was like after school. And like, she was like, oh, can you like sign this for my daughter? And he was like, to Larissa. And he was like, go Bucks. Because he was like still in college.
Oh, that's fine.
So I still have that. I'm like, shit, is that worth money now? But the one famous person I did meet was Lil Zane. Do you remember him?
No.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna like sing on the podcast, but
is he like a
YouTube?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like Lil Zane. There's like a new.
No, he's old. Like he's like 90s, 2000. Like his hit song was like "None Tonight." It was like "Sorry, baby, but you ain't getting none," and you probably don't even know. You're probably too young.
If I hear, I might, but I don't know.
He was a rapper, but I saw him in Genuine at the casino, and he was signing autographs after.
Okay, cool.
So I got that, whatever. But yeah,
Lil Zane on there, so.
I think that was it. So anyway, moving on.
Let me see a picture of him. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
I was like, now you're gonna have my mind wandering. Like,
yeah, I'll put it on the actual thing when we post it. But yeah, let's see what I get finished. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know.
He only had like a few like
radio
hit songs.
Hits, yeah. Like back to Doolittle and stuff. I guess.
Wait, what was?
I don't know. According to this.
Oh yeah, he's been in a few. No, yeah, he's like Axe too. I saw that Finding Forrester movie.
The Big Zane Theory.
Yeah, that was his.
Now let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
For both of you, but like answer it like separately.
Okay.
If you could meet one celebrity, not just meet, but like if you could be sitting here and have like that one celebrity a piece for your podcast,
have like an exchange.
Who are you picking?
I would definitely say, well,
and don't even think of the fact that like I want to be in the same room as this person. Like who you guys want to pick their mind. You know what I mean? Like, who would actually bring more to the table than just like a physical appearance?
I already know mine.
Here's what I'll say. I would say Elon Musk for sure. Even though I've seen him on Rogan and stuff, I got a lot of questions for him. A lot of questions. Like, it probably wouldn't even be on the podcast. Like, he probably wouldn't be able to tell all the stuff on the podcast. But I'd love to just pick his brain.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
He's got a lot of info about everything.
Yeah.
How about you?
So this might like change your opinion of me, and you might hate me after this.
Shoot.
Taylor Swift, hands down.
Why?
I love her.
Just because you love her.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've like been a Taylor Swift fan since she was like a country music artist.
Right.
I like wasn't really into country. My cousin's like, just listen to this song. It was her first radio song called Tim McGraw.
Okay.
So I was like obsessed. I'm like, oh my God, this is like so good. I just felt like this sounds like stupid, but like she's like a year younger than me.
Okay.
So when that first song came out, like I felt like it related. Like that first album like related to my life. We were like in middle school or high school, like, and then
nostalgia from it.
Yeah, and then she like progressed in her music, but like I grew up too, so it's like we kind of like almost like grew up together.
Right.
You know, like now the stuff she sings about is like relatable. It's not like she's not singing about high school anymore. You know, she's singing about like adult life. She's in her 30s. Yeah. But in middle school, like she was, and that's what I was doing too, you know. But also like her like as an artist, I don't care if you don't like her or not, but like, she is like amazing. Right. Like you could hate her music, hate her as a person. There's a lot of like bad rap with Taylor Swift, but like she has like built an empire for herself. Right. And you know, she did it the right way. Like, she didn't get caught up in, like, drugs and alcohol and, like, making a bad name for herself. And besides the whole, like, Kanye West thing. But that, like, also made her, that also made her, like, you know, made her famous according to, level, but I, like, was a huge fan of her. I saw her twice in concert. Right. She opened up for people. That's how long ago it was. I haven't seen her, like, recently because it's, like, I can never get tickets. They're, like, outrageously expensive and I can never, like, get them on time. But she, like, writes all her own music. She produces all her own music. Like, if you've ever watched a documentary about her, like, she goes through the whole process, which I think we're going to pick your brain about, too. So you probably, like, would respect her music process because, like, she does a lot of stuff with, like, Jack Antonoff, who was in the group Fun. Okay. And, like, she'll just be, like, thinking of something, and she'll be like, oh, and she'll just, like, roll it off and, like, record it on her phone and then, like, send it to him. And they'll come up with a beat, or like she'll even say, remember we watched that documentary?
Yeah,
like
kind of works herself through like lyrics,
or like she'll be like, "This is the beat I want, like for this song," and then
they draft it around her.
Yes. Yeah. Or like she'll be like singing the words and like she'll be like, I watched the documentary and like she'll be singing something. And I'm like, well, that's not the words of that song. But then she's like, no, that doesn't work. And then she'll be like, and then she like comes up with something like different. So it's like, I don't know, her whole process is like
here, and
yeah,
here. Yeah, it's like
she'll like wake up in the middle of the night, like she can't sleep, and she'll be like, I can't get this out of my head, and she'll like go on her piano and like record it on her phone and like
she'll just use her phone. Yeah,
you guys understand the whole like tip of the iceberg thing when it comes to like people like Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much more that people don't see.
Yeah, like, they're all just like, oh, she's annoying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, she is, like, you know, she's talented.
Yeah. Right. No, I hear you.
That was one of my things, like, with her, is that I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but then I watched that documentary. It really made me appreciate just, like, the music industry as a whole. Just, like, what they go through just to get one good hit. Like, but it's almost impossible. Like,
that's
it really
why, like, the Drakes.
Yeah.
That is why I lost respect for him.
Yeah.
It's because like put Drake in a studio by himself.
Right.
By himself.
Right. Yeah. Come up with it off your head. Yeah.
No, it's not even like the whole like people say he's got a ghostwriter and that whole like whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Because once you get to that level, like if you got people helping you out, it is what it is. But
right.
Like,
whatever. Yeah.
What does he bring to the table musically?
Right. Yeah. For like his own touch on something.
Right. Like you know what I mean? He's got people making his beats. He's got like.
Well, that's like Beyonce too. I'm not a big fan. Yeah. Everyone's probably gonna be like, oh my god, but. Like her one song, I'll never forget this. Like her one song, "Girls," like "Who Run the World, Girls" or whatever. There was like 16 people that wrote that song,
right?
And it's like not a lyrically intensive song. It's like the same words over and over and over again.
But it's like to her defense, it's like she could sing.
Oh no, she could definitely
Drake can't
sing.
No,
and Beyonce can definitely sing, and like she's built her own empire other ways. But like, and not just her. It's like any like our other artists. Like a lot of people don't even make these great songs. Like, and they're just like I don't know. There's no substance to it, and it's like 20 people. 20 people like
really
wrote it.
Right. People are thinking, oh, Drake made this song. No. Drake recorded the song.
Right.
Yeah. Still like one of my favorite songs to this day, which it's old stuff, but and I like a lot of the new stuff, but like just Queen like Bohemian Rhapsody. Like every time I hear it, like all the words, you know what it is, but just the lyrical like.
To come up with that,
yeah, like you had to think of that shit. Like you had to come up with this whole elaborate story basically in song, start to finish. Like it's mind blowing.
Yeah, and that's why like I was never like, because obviously like Queen's like not my era.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But like for me to understand music and music theory, like I had to go back and I had to understand people like that.
Right.
So my mom put me on his movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah. Well, think about that too. Like the audio stuff. Like we were talking about tonight. Like I was having problems with the mixer. Like just analog stuff compared to digital age as well. Right. It's a whole different animal. And like these guys are doing it with just like voice, writing it down, putting it together with their guys with like not great equipment. And it's hits that you remember 40 years later. Like that's very impressive compared to now. You have all this digital assistance and stuff. Not to say it's, lesser. It's not. It's a whole different,
Which is even more sad is like, so why isn't there more people taking initiative and like self-expressing?
Right.
Or like
anyone can do it. Anybody. That's what I was saying. Even like us with the podcast, you was singing like, and it's not to say there's no talent or anything that it's less talent, but anyone can do it though. So definitely be heard. Like use whatever skills you have. Use your talents. You have something to offer. So offer it. Like you're just gonna let your life pass you by, and it's not gonna happen. So
too many people are shadows.
Yeah, right. And for what? Like just use your talent, or even if you don't have it, develop it. Like Taylor Swift even started like at 12. It's like man, like a lot of times.
Well, if you want to watch like 2 documentaries to be a little bit inspired, the Avici one. Did you watch that?
No, but
Avici.
like
that's good.
I respect Avici.
And she's not a dance.
Yeah.
I'm a dancer.
Well, I like it, but not as much as you are. But like we watched the Avici documentary, and that was like cool. That was good.
I find that
on Netflix. Okay. And then so was a Taylor Swift one. It's called she's got 2 on Netflix. One's just her concert. Okay. It's like the Reputation Stadium tour, so that one's not like something you'd want to watch. But like her documentary is called like Miss Americana.
Okay.
And it gets a little political, and it
certain spots,
because she starts to like, but I mean, as an artist though, it kind of walks you through like her thought process. Like, well, I wasn't able to like ever share my beliefs because everyone's gonna like, it's just like just shut up and like play your music. Don't be like a voice for anybody. Don't advocate. Yeah. So it was kind of her. She's like, no, I'm not gonna be like quiet anymore. I'm gonna say what I feel. I don't even like agree with like a lot of her political views, but like
but she's got
I still
the right
respect her.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
and like she does.
For sure.
There's a couple things like it shows how like when she got like snubbed at the Grammys, like she was kind of like upset about it, and it's like not like in a oh my god, I'm like I should be nominated. It's just like she's like that's fine, but like you could tell it like hurt her.
But like that's
because she pours her whole life into this album, right?
Yeah,
and that's what she does usually. I mean, she's not like she never really to me. She doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, what was amazing to me.
It goes
so
through
if
her
I
process.
check out, you got to promise me. If I check out the Taylor Swift video, you guys got to go on Netflix and you got to watch a Travis Scott documentary.
We already did.
Yeah,
we already did.
That shit's
and
fire,
I was
right?
like, and I was like, I kind of
That's
didn't
good
really
too.
know. Like I said, he was kind of after my time, so like I was kind of like, all right, like I know a couple of his songs. Like let's see what's up with this, So I was blown away. Like I really was.
Yeah, he's another one that's like he produces his own music.
Yeah, right.
And it's like he may not be like even in the rap category. People are like rap's like a lesser tone,
right?
Musically like talented thing, but it's like the way that like his music can make you feel.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's like the way that it's mixed and like spread out and like you feel it more than you like understand.
Yeah, there's like levels to it.
Yeah.
Like people in his concerts like almost go stir crazy.
Oh, they're crazy.
That,
like that's what I said. I go, I didn't realize there was like this many diehard like Travis Scott fans.
Yeah, this dude's global.
It's insane.
And
people were like busting down gates to like go into his concert. It was
makes
wild.
me sick because I don't know if you know. Do you know who Timmy Boyce is?
I don't know.
He's another mutual friend of like Emmett's and ours. We played basketball with him growing up.
All right.
Travis Scott performed at SU.
Oh, really?
I was there. I had tickets for it. I went like I made sure I was up there. We were drunk. We were drinking all day, and I was like, nah, like. He don't come on until 9, but I'm gonna get there at 7. And I'm gonna watch all the acts. And so he's like, all right, cool. So we get there, we're drinking, we're coming down from like our buzz. He's sitting there, he's like, bro, like, I might have to leave. And I'm like, because once you leave, you can't come back.
Right? Yeah, it's over. No reentry. Right? Yeah. Oh.
And I'm sitting there, and I left.
Oh no!
And now look at who Travis Scott. Like this is a while ago.
Yeah. Oh,
and like
damn,
that shit almost makes me sick. And I bring it up to him, and he gets pissed when I bring it up to him because he knows that like how much it meant to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think though that's like the best part about like time and life and stuff. Like you never know how much is doing something today is gonna be there tomorrow. You know? Like just like you with like music, you don't know. Like you're building it now, and it might be there like soon. Like let's say you don't know the future, but you can see the past. So it's kind of interesting to see like your choices.
And it goes along with like whatever feels right to you. Don't let anyone get in the way of like, what you're doing.
Right. Exactly.
So like I should have stayed. I should have been like, go ahead, do you, bro, go out to the
bars. Meet up with you later.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll enjoy this concert by myself, and I didn't, and that's like me not being loyal to myself. Right. But like that's something I can reflect on and learn.
Yeah, that's
something as simple as
back
that.
and be like, I can learn something from that.
Yeah, never again. Never again.
Yeah, no, that was a great documentary though. Like I said, I can't believe he has a festival in Houston and stuff too. Like I didn't even know he did that. Like I wasn't aware, but now I was like, wow, it's like a huge thing for somebody to do.
See, one of the biggest things I took out of that documentary is the fact that like after his concert, he was like freaking out on somebody. It was like, nah, the roller coaster's got to go, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But that made you understand like how much passion and how much like we're doing it my way. And if you don't agree with me, get the fuck off set.
Right.
Because you know what I mean? It's like, and I respect that because I was always the type of person that was like, okay, I want to please everyone. Yeah. But like like if you want to like make it like no one's gonna see your vision. Yeah. And you got to understand that.
Well, that's the thing about that too. Like how much time he puts into the song, and then like that whole thing that he built up, like that whole show. Like he's very passionate, like you said, but also like he's kind of an expert in this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you got to listen to the guys that know what they're talking
and
about.
who's the artist?
Right, exactly, right. That too.
It's like,
so yeah.
There's a reason why, like, I don't gotta say anymore.
I'm like paranoid that my audio is not working. Is it working?
Yeah, no, you're good. If not, you can hit it one more time.
Why is there only one green thing?
And I promise you, I'm gonna doctor it up so like the levels are A1.
Fine. It's still just one. It's just the mic on top.
Okay, I thought there was two, so I wasn't sure.
Makes me burp.
Go ahead.
No, we're good. I just thought that there was two.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, I was just paranoid because
cool.
we recorded a podcast one time.
And you're mute.
Listen, it was like our recap after our vacation.
Right.
So we had a lot to talk about, and we did the whole thing, and it was good. And then didn't pick him up, I think, right? One of us didn't pick up, so we had to re-record the whole thing, and then it wasn't as good because we were just like trying to retrace our steps. So I was like, I'm like, I don't want to do that again.
And it's like almost like you could tell you're going through the motions.
Well, especially with like 3 people, because I'm like, then if it doesn't work, we got to have you back. Like, we're not gonna vibe the same.
Exactly, like we were just talking about.
We're not gonna vibe the same.
But you know what's cool too that I want to suggest your way? You guys know what Zoom is, obviously.
Yes.
Zoom, yeah.
So there's like, if you ever want to outsource and have more people on your podcast, and during this whole pandemic thing, like you can hook up your mic to the Zoom.
Oh, really?
And then you could record the screen, and then you guys could do a podcast through that.
Huh. So
which like and that can like almost just give a little diversity to like your podcast.
Yeah.
No,
so I don't know if you got any friends that you'd like to pick mine that don't even live in a state. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That would be cool for you guys.
See, I didn't even know like all that stuff's out there. So that's good intel right there.
That is. Well, I figured I was like, I wonder how we could do that, but I wasn't sure like how to.
Yeah, like you just go through the settings like you do like your preferences, and then boom, like your mic's picking it up.
Huh, that's
pretty
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, I have to give that a shot.
Yeah.
I did it with my buddy like 2 nights ago. So like,
Oh, I've been on Zoom like all the time. Like we've been playing like games. Like we play with the Kavanaughs.
No,
and
I see.
stuff.
I'm posting like Snapchat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that brings us back to Travis Scott real quick. As far as like process and all that goes, like what's your process as far as like what you do? Like how do you go about like how you do what you do?
So it's like, okay. So I'm gonna break it down by like my newest single on iTunes and like all the platforms is called Fuck.
Yeah.
Minus the K.
Right. I did see that, yeah.
That was my first self-production. Like I made this in like January.
Oh,
and I was gonna save it for like this album.
Wow.
And it was just like I want to share it with people. So I just let it go.
Just let it out, yeah.
So what happened was I got out of Delmonico's. Pissed off. Like stressed out for no reason. Like this is why like I don't want to work in the food industry anymore. Because it's just like so I get out of there, immediately go home and hit the bottle.
Right.
Just start drinking.
Yeah.
Liquor. I was like some like Jim Beam apple. But anyway, so like I'm sitting there, I make a beat. Yeah. And it's like I'm more like a bubbly artist. Like I'm not no like
just
like talk shit like
right.
But like so like I'm sitting there and like it's got like a dark twist. So it's like obviously like reflecting my mood 100%.
Right.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, this is hard as hell. This is not my style, but it's hard as hell.
Right.
But like diversity is huge.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So like, I made the beat. I left. My buddy hit me up. Goes, come over. I'm having people over. He lives right around the block. I'm not drinking and driving.
Right.
Anyway, so I walk around the block and I'm listening to this song by MGK. MGK is another like Machine Gun Kelly. He's another one that like as a white artist who's like now going into the rock field,
breaking out. Yeah.
And that's where I want to like go, maybe not in the rock field, but like understand like not just rap music.
Right.
So I'm listening to one of his songs, and like the way it drops is like it's a build up to the beat, and then it cuts the beat, and he goes fuck, and then it just the fucking bass hits.
Right.
So like I'm listening to that, and I'm influenced by that over and over, and like I go there. There's bullshit like childish drama at the house. So I'm like, I'm already pissed off. Like I'm gonna end up fighting someone, so I leave.
Right.
I go home. And like I don't even write this, and you could probably tell if you go back and listen to it. It's like all of it's just like I'm like freestyling half of it, like punching in, just like literally just raging on the mic. Right. So like a lot of it's just like my outside experiences coming in and influencing it.
Right.
And like so like my creative process, I don't really have one because every single time it's different, and it's like all implemented from different things.
Outside
like once in a while I'll be drinking and that can like rage like the happiness. They just influence like my emotions are just like
they just peak or valley, right?
And once in a while, like I'm not even condoning smoking weed, but that like helps me tap in a little bit too. It's like it just helps me think from a different perspective. And then like a lot of my like I have a lot of songs that are like very psychological and like thought process and like how I'm feeling. That comes from the weed because like weed's like implements paranoia.
Right. Yeah.
It like believe it, like even like some people like I got a tolerance for that shit. Like not like if I'm by myself and I'm stoned, like I'm like low key like kind of like questioning my life.
Like, what am I doing?
And that's what I'm writing about.
Right. Right.
And like that hits with people, and like that resonates with your Taylor Swift thing. It's like, damn, I thought I was the only one thinking like that.
Right.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I think like it's important to always be able to, you know, see people where they're at, and like people engage you where you're at. So that's the thing. Like they don't know that you're singing this about them, and then it brings you together. You know?
Well, I have a question too. So when you're writing a song or singing a song or whatever, rapping a song, is it always like about your life to a T? Because I feel like some people like are like, oh, you know, they're singing about,
yeah, right.
I mean, music's kind of something that adds like, interpret it how you want.
Right.
So like you could be talking about she, like I could be saying she in a song, and like it could be like battles with like their addiction to like cocaine. Right. It could be like she could be like
drugs.
It could be like an actual person. It could be like I could be thinking out loud like talking about another relationship I have, and like people are thinking like, are you rapping about a girl? Like no.
Right.
Interpret it how you want. So it's like I kind of forgot the question, but like oh no, it's not always.
Yeah.
But a majority for myself is yes, because like music's an outlet for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like eventually like I foreshadow a lot. Like I made a song like the other night called Rockstar, and it's a party song, and it's like the rockstar lifestyle, the fast life. I don't live that fast life yet.
Right.
Well, I mean I do for like my small scale, but like I'm always on the go, but it's not like
right.
So like, but like I'm planning a trip to Florida in like 2 months, and I'm renting out a mansion for like a couple days, and like I'm shooting a music video, and I'm gonna like I know people down there because I moved down there for a little bit,
right?
And I'm gonna throw a party and like. But like that song, like I made that song before I even was planning.
Right before you do that.
But that was me like manifesting it in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely. Like, majority of it, it's true to me.
It is, right.
But like half of it's.
But it's a little fictional because like you have to like.
Because like if it's not a little fictional, then like it's not really creative.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Right. It takes away the creativity.
So it's like.
I don't mean to keep like talking about Taylor Swift, but like there was another.
It's a good reference for music too.
But there was another, because I'm like I know like her process, but like there was another thing she did. It was like a I don't know, small scale like live show, and on her newest album, like she always like writes about her relationships and stuff, but not every one of them is like to a T how everything happened. Obviously, like it's just it might be like. Her overview of like how it happened, but it's a song, you know, it's got to be like entertaining.
You got to spice it up a little bit.
But she's got some like breakup or like sad songs on her new album, and she's like in love, but like she said, she goes, well, people still want those songs.
Right.
And she's like, and even though like I'm happy and I'm in love and I'm not hurting right now while I'm writing these songs, she was like, I wondered if I could even like, people were like, oh, now that you're in love, can you write breakup songs? And like, she's like, so I sat down to write the song, and she's like, still got it. Like,
because like you can almost tap in, like you don't forget.
Yeah, and like I think when she's like writing those like breakup songs now, she's like getting her influence from like, I don't know, just like how the media is treating her, or like how, you know, like politics and how they're treating like her friends who are like gay and all the gay rights stuff. She was like big on that, but like. I don't know. You know, it's
that's
like
another thing that's like
it's like you're upset about something, but you're turning it into like a song.
I've had heart to hearts with people that like I'm close with, and though I'm not tying it to like their problems, but their problems could even reflect, and I tell their story without them even knowing it.
Right. Yeah, it's like it's really all open to interpretation. Like you could be singing about one thing, but now I'm like, oh, well, like I could relate to this to my breakup or something, which that wasn't what you were thinking when you were singing it, but
it's like I have a lot of my song that I don't put out because like I'm a very like emotional person, like not even like, and I can't sit here like I've made songs that people would almost interpret it from like a heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I'd be lying to you if I got my heart broken. I've never been in a serious relationship before in my life ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like maybe it's the fact that like I'm looking for it versus like maybe I'm referring it to like getting my heart broken on like a scenario that I just got completely dubbed on.
Right.
But you know what I mean? That's where like to sum it up, it is fictional in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
But like. The way that I'm interpreting it is not fictional, but the way that you're interpreting it may think that like it's fictional in a sense.
Right.
Yeah,
so, but that's the art of music. It's
exactly. No, that's the
relate to it how you want to relate to it.
Right. Like what I'm thinking you might be singing about or rapping about is not what you were thinking when you were doing it, like but it still relates to your life.
You and Taylor Swift had the same exact thought process when you were in middle school?
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
No, but it's relatable. But that's what sells music too.
You guys are like,
right.
It was at that point in your life. You were in that moment.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made me fall in love with music. Just that alone, because I understood that early. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how you can like relate to shit like that.
Yeah,
but
it happens.
That's why Drake's the king, because he talks about complete bullshit that everyone will interpret their way. Like Kiki, like who's my Kiki? Like what?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
True, very relatable. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why people love him.
That's why he's might be the greatest rapper statistically ever.
Yeah. Oh, did you see 6ix9ine's new release? Broke the records there.
Okay, so
2 years ago?
I'm aware of it.
Okay.
I've never listened to it. I've never watched it on YouTube, but I know it because it's all over social media.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
But I mean, like,
it's not great.
We listened to it yesterday, and I don't know. I was like, oh, broke a record. Like, it's, let's see what it's about. So, he just got out of jail and all that. So he's kind of like going that route with some stuff. But I think it's mostly, just publicity.
It's the same. His music's the same before he went out. Like,
right. I think it's comparable.
He's like yelling and
yeah, no, for sure.
But like, his music's garbage to me.
Yeah. He's not my favorite genre.
He's a clown.
Like, yeah.
But social media is huge.
Yeah, no, that's
right.
the thing. Right.
So he's the king of clout.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me that dude don't have talent, you're crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because he rides the wave.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
And like, if you know how to do that, you're famous. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Right.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's interesting how they can like go that route with it, become instantly famous. But then if you have like a lot of different depthness to it, it's like you kind of fall off, because I think you have to disconnect a lot.
That's
like certain groups.
That's like my interpretation of selling out.
Yeah.
Because now he's not
That's
him.
true.
Now he's not him.
Right.
Now he's who
Now
he's what like everybody wants him to be.
Right. No, that's true.
And that's why J. Cole's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, I love J. Cole.
Because like he's true to him. Like, crooked smile. Like, he's got the jacked up teeth.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. It's like that's him.
Like, he don't wear chains. Like, he looks homeless. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I was a big fan of him. I like Jadakiss a lot too, actually. Like, throwback to Jadakiss, like,
he's
days,
fire.
like, he was always legit. That's what I loved about him.
He's tough too. I was just bumping him at work the other day.
Oh, dude, yeah, he doesn't play. He doesn't play.
Yeah, he's tough.
I used to listen, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Jada.
Yeah, he's fire. He's fire.
But that's the thing, underrated. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, didn't ride the commercial wave. A lot of these guys do that.
Yeah.
They're not just 6ix9ine. They're not just single him out. A lot of guys do the commercial wave.
Yeah, of course, because like
it's the money maker.
They just want it to be famous. They don't care.
It's the push.
Yeah.
Right. That's needed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of platforms, I guess that'll bring us into that. Which platform do you see the most successful in with like your music? Is that like iTunes, Spotify?
All right, so I have this. I use DistroKid, which I told you is like the third-party distribution, and like I could go in and get stats.
Right. Like insights
now,
and stuff.
Spotify is the one that I have. Like, it's almost doubles Apple completely.
Really? That's
and
to me.
now I don't know if it's like, because like in business it's always shady.
Right. Oh yeah.
DistroKid's partners with Spotify.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's like the fact of like like something
might
going
be
on,
some inside stuff,
or like it could be the fact that like I know people with iPhones that use Spotify.
Right.
Right.
It could be that too.
So you
Spotify
know what I mean?
is kind of like you could use it on a computer. You can use it anywhere.
Droids, Spotify, blah
but
blah blah.
You can use Apple Music now on any phone.
You can use it on. Okay, I did not know that. So like Droids, you could get Apple Music.
Yes, because Apple, I guess they're like partnered with Verizon. So if you have certain like Verizon unlimited plans, you get it for free.
That's probably why they give out beats.
So now you can use it on any phone, because like Verizon had to do like they had to like do it. But yeah, I have it on my Samsung phone and everything.
And the funniest thing
you have
is
to obviously have an Apple ID, but
the songs that are popular on Spotify
aren't on.
It's like two different like demographics.
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
People
like,
that listen to it. Yeah.
And sometimes like I think Spotify is like a little bit more like customizable even than Apple, but I mean I like get Apple Music for free, so I'm not gonna like also pay for Spotify.
Right. No, I hear you. Like I get Apple Music for free too. Like,
right.
I'd choose Spotify if I could.
Yeah.
And you know what blows my mind the most? I don't know if it's because like once my songs are out, I don't listen to them anymore, because like I've been listening to them for so long.
Forever. Yeah.
But like I was thinking that the fact that like I use Apple Music, that maybe my streams would be bumped up a little bit more, because like I guarantee there's no one that listens to my music more than me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like believe it or not, like but like it's just not like that. Spotify's swamps.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, that's kind of interesting though. Like I said, it's demographics though. Really, it's just like SoundCloud. Like we use SoundCloud for ours, and I said we don't like have any views. But I mean, it's just kind of interesting.
Not yet.
The differences, like, even like big celebrities. And
well,
stuff.
this is why we tried to move to like Facebook, because we're like,
yeah,
everyone's on it, and it's just easy for people to see it.
Definitely.
Not like SoundCloud, you got to like go there. It's like, well, how the heck does this thing work?
So there's so much more that you guys can do too to like help the popularity of this.
Yeah.
It's like, do you guys have you guys should have like almost like a single Instagram account for it.
Yeah, we don't
like
have that yet.
But like every single platform that you can do it, you should just do one quick boom, 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 upload it, put it up.
Yeah.
Now it's like, because, and like you got to learn the hashtag game.
Yeah. I was saying we don't hashtag either.
But like, neither do I really. But like, I have a studio page now on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Which, I did see that page.
Well, we get hashtag for that. Yeah, I wanted to make a podcast, or I wanted to make a podcast Insta page.
That's good. And does it work? Do you think? Like,
dude, Neo, I dropped a remix to So Sick.
Oh yeah.
I did a music video and everything for it. Neo liked it.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh. You could be freaking hashtagging Elon Musk.
Because I didn't tag him in it, I just hashtag Neo.
Huh.
And he liked it. And like that's where I was just like, cool. Like
made it.
Then I'm like,
that's cool though.
I was on FaceTime with another dude that I make music with, and he goes, yo, like he was looking through like my likes and stuff, and he was like, yo, Neo liked it. And like I'm on FaceTime, so like I didn't know.
Right.
And I looked at it, fanboy, boom. Because Neo was my dog back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, that was cool. That was like awesome. Almost like.
Yeah, that's legit. No, that gives you like that. You did the right thing. Vibe. You know. No, that's.
It makes me feel like I'm not doing this for nothing right now.
Right.
Because I'm really not making that much money off this.
Right now. Well, I think that's.
We're not making any money at all. So
I'm actually like deep negative right now. Actually, equipment and nonsense, especially today.
But like the way that this podcast probably makes you guys feel is priceless.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, and that's where we kind of had to come off with that. Like when we first were coming up with like I guess our process of like what we were trying to accomplish. We're like, what's our goal? Like, that's the thing. Like, we're just doing it for money. We're doing it for the likes. And I was like, I don't really want it to be about that. Like I said, I just want it to be content-based. Like, I want to have good stories, good storylines for the week. Invite cool people on. Like I said, like you, or get other people on as well. But this, you can have a conversation with. Because like I said, I think it's like a lost art in today's day. You don't see a lot of people just engaging in conversation. Right. You don't see it that much. See a lot of like likes, comments, but it's all in the air, bro.
Dude, I read this. I was on Facebook today. I took like a little break from social media, only for like a week, but like it was a good thing.
It's a good break, yeah.
I was on Facebook today and I saw somebody share something that's like, today's generation will trade instant gratification, and it was like a like.
Yeah.
For sure. And then it was like something to do with like an actual heart.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's true for most people.
Yeah.
And that's like it's true as hell, and it's like so simple, but like that just hit home, and I'm like,
yeah. It does resonate a little bit. And I think it does kind of, like I said, make you, there's two ends to it. Either you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna lose yourself to the game of getting the like and the comment and kind of, feeding into that animal, or you're gonna get what you want, which might not make you famous, or that might make you famous, and that might be what you're known for. Right. So it's a risk reward,
So if you trade into the game, you're just like now you become that shadow again.
Right. Exactly.
Well, we talked about this even like when we started dating. How a lot of couples on Facebook, like that's all they do is just post like, love you so much, look what he did, he did this, look what he did, like look at my boyfriend, he's so great, look at my girlfriend, she's so great. And it's like they're miserable in real life.
Yeah.
Like we're not even like in a relationship on Facebook. I don't even think like my profile doesn't say single, I just like took it off. Right. But like I didn't want that whole like in a relationship with Travis Bennett, and then everyone's like, oh my god, like I just didn't want like the attention. Like we post pictures and stuff and we do that, but like I don't post like I know people that post like paragraphs and then 3 days later they're broken up.
Right.
And then it's like paragraphs again. It's like, oh, we've been through so many ups and downs, and it's like, no, you guys just shouldn't be together. Yeah, exactly. Like everybody, you're trying to convince your friends and the masses, like not yourself, or like
look what I got.
Exactly. Like, oh, I got 100 likes. Like, look at
here's my thing with that too, though, right? So you put all that energy into the post, but not the relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts to me. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you're literally just putting it into words, but not action.
But it gets to the point.
You're like, oh, it's his fault. This is why. So you get that like and that read again, but you're not.
Yeah.
It's totally misconstrued, like energy.
And it gets to the point on social media where, like, I don't even lost my train of thought now, but it was like, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's all right. Well, I had a funny example of this one, like this week. Like Mother's Day was huge. Granted, and sure, a lot of people post. I didn't post one for my mom. I did call her, though.
You did post it on Instagram.
I posted on Instagram on my story.
When she doesn't even see it because she doesn't have Instagram. Secluded.
I don't like to do it all loud and trying to be favorite son, whatever, don't matter. She knows, all right? So, but that's the thing. Like people that were married, like my one buddy was like, oh, my one boy posted about his wife, like Happy Mother's Day and stuff. It's like, she's right next to you, bro. Right. Just show her. Like, Happy Mother's Day, like you're an angel. You take care of the kids. Like you do all the stuff. Like just show her that way.
And you know what's kind of crazy to me is like,
but sometimes people like for her, she might like, well, you didn't post anything on Facebook about it.
I was gonna say,
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it that way.
But it's like,
it's weird.
That's her. Like that's almost as screwed
not
up
right
on
either.
Her part.
Right.
They're both wrong.
It's like, what do you want?
Right.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Am I your trophy husband? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Facebook means nothing. Like, there was one thing I read
that
like, it was some like Instagram model type thing, and she was like, how she posted all, like, somebody was talking about how they post all these things, and it's like they look like they're in the perfect relationship. But then she's like, what you don't see is like we would come home every night and like not speak to each other. Right. We were like unhappy, and then
go home, get drunk,
and
it's
online,
like, our conversation's irrelevant because I won't remember it tomorrow.
Right, exactly, right. Or like online, it's like, you guys are like the perfect couple. Look how happy they are. But it's like, no, you're not. Like, we don't post shit like that. But it's like we come home and actually talk to each other and like do stuff together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying we're the perfect relationship either, but it's just like I don't need to like post everything.
You don't need validation.
Right. That's the thing.
And yeah, I mean, people like post all these things. It's like, even people put on Facebook like, "Oh, happy Mother's Day" to their mom. It's like, does their mom even have Facebook? Are they even gonna see it?
Right.
No. So who are you posting that for? Just to show everyone like, oh, look, I love my mom.
And that's one thing that I had to like accept
I just avoided
when
it.
making music is like
that day.
My music came like it like almost went backwards when I was trying to like get so much validation from everyone else.
Right.
So like I almost had to look myself in the mirror and was like, why do you do this?
Right. What are you doing? Yeah.
Like, like not even like, what do you make music for?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And that's like almost like anyone that like I work with from here on out is like, that's something that goes in my head. Like, what do you like? I almost like think like, what did they do it for?
Right. Exactly.
And that like, we could be best friends. You could be like the greatest musician, but if I don't think that you're doing it for the right reason, I don't even want to do it with you anymore.
Yeah. We can chill. We can talk. No music.
Like you doing it. Like, you know, like it's like,
I think I don't know, it's like a good, healthy degree of separation, though. I really do. I think that 100%. Because, like, to me, an influencer, right? That's a word that's tossed around nowadays. To me, like, an influencer in, like, society is someone that gets the likes, they get all the following, they get all this, and like I said, you lose yourself. But to me, I want to be the real influencer of someone's life that they're going to be like, oh, wow, he said that. Now, what did he say that for? What is he getting at? And then, go through it themselves. And even if they disagree, at least just have the thought, like the idea in their head. Put the idea there. That's what I really want.
And that's why I love my job.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
With the Grady's Way.
Yeah, Grady's Way. I was just saying, work at Grady's Way. Yeah. It's our friend Denise Kavanaugh's company.
Shout out.
Definitely.
That was a
blessing,
guys.
Coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of my goals. Yeah.
She's a goat in her own little way.
Dude,
yeah.
Man. Like, she's an amazing person. Like, really is, especially local. She made a big influence in my life just in college. And then, like I said, I've been lucky enough to be a part of her life since then. And it's been just a phenomenal experience. Like, she's one of the few people I could say has really just made a lasting impression. So I said, you gotta have those people though, man. You really do. Like I said, they don't get that's the thing. She probably does get something out of it, but she doesn't, in my mind, get anything out of it.
Right.
She's just that person. Like, that's who she is, and that's what's so drawing. So.
No.
But you gotta have that. Just like you though. Like I said, you're, to me, you're an influence because like I listen to your music. Like, you're trying to become something in your life. You became something already, and you're trying to, continue on that path. Like that to me is huge. I think it's underrated. For sure. Definitely, man.
But yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Definitely. We'll move on. We'll move past it. What we got coming up? Oh, well, speaking of, you did do the Tree Troll song. If I bring that up.
Yeah, so this is Barry Kavanaugh's book, Tree Trolls and Their Secret Gifts, right?
Oh, man. Before we even talk about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me and Barry Kavanaugh go way back. Fourth grade. He was my fourth grade basketball coach. We went fourth grade, we went 35-0. Fifth grade, we went 51-3.
Wow.
Played in the upper.
Yeah.
This dude was a basketball wizard back in the day, and I was one of his worst play. Like at the time, I was mini. He was worried about stepping on me at time. He's freaking 6'8".
Yeah.
But anyway, so he knew I was making music, and I was lost in the whole process of at that time, I wasn't really sure why I made music.
Yeah.
I wasn't as serious about it, but when he sat me down in Barnes & Noble and he brought up the Tree Trolls thing.
Yeah.
I was lit up. I was ecstatic. He told me he gave me a book. I went home, I read it.
Mm-hmm.
Hour later, I had a whole song for him.
Yeah. No, dude, to me that was huge because it was a weekend. I remember kind of how it all unfolded, and he's like, Logan's gonna do a song for us, whatever. And Tree Trolls, all right, that's awesome. Then it was on boom, Monday. I was like,
yeah.
And it was, dude, a knockout song. Like I said, for a kid's book, you wrote a kid's book song, and it was a knockout.
And it was I wanted to almost implement the fact that that's why it was Tree Trolls Anthem, because I didn't want no BS kids Baby Shark. I wanted it to be true to me a little bit, but also PG.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
No, that was a perfect balance, man.
Yeah, it was cool. And it's
to
the
point
where
I was gonna ask what your process was for that.
I went home, I
just read the book. Yeah.
I almost I started writing down I wrote down all the gifts, and I wrote down how I can tie that in with my life.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that's where so then I broke it down in like 6 gifts in the first verse, 6 gifts in the second verse.
Yeah.
And like it was funny because like I wasn't producing. I did not produce that song.
Okay.
We leased that beat.
Right.
Like so I found someone like I exchanged money, blah blah blah.
Right.
We got that.
Right.
And like the hardest thing was like, okay, so now what am I gonna like put my vocals over?
Right.
Chance the Rapper. You guys know what Chance the Rapper?
Yeah.
That's a Chance the Rapper type beat.
Really?
I knew as soon as he said that, I was like, I know, because it needs to be bubbly, it needs to be
Yeah.
happy, like you know what I mean. And I don't know if you guys saw the video of me like performing it at the elementary school.
I think I did. Yeah,
I got those kids clapping, and like, they may not even know what was going on, but like that was a high for me.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was for them. Like, so they're always gonna remember that. It's like,
well, let me tell you right now, that song is catchy as fuck.
It is, dude. Like we were singing it. Actually,
like,
remember we were singing it.
I will jam out. Like it's a good.
Until you listen to it more than 50 times.
Yeah, well then you're like,
well,
yeah,
said,
but
was it you or me?
But for like little kids
singing.
and stuff, though.
Literally, like, I woke up. One of us did in the morning. We were like singing it in the morning, like getting ready for work. We're like, this shit.
Well, I think we were at camp, and it was the first time we listened to it, and we like.
And the next morning, it was like, bam, right there, bro. Ready.
But like that's like the whole more than the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In every aspect, my personal relationship with Mr. Kavanaugh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that like okay. Now I'm at a Utica district inspiring a younger generation of where I grew up.
Right.
There's that aspect. And that right there, I'm not going to hold you. That was the transition that I was like, okay, I want this more than a hobby.
Right.
That was it. That was like, boom, that like written in stone. Like now it's like, I'm looking for a career out of this. I'm not, and like,
if Barry watches this, he's going to be like, I was the reason.
Logan.
No, and he's going to break my balls about it too.
He's going to want 10%,
Yeah.
But it's funny because like right after that, I'd be going over there. Me and their son Emmett would be going out. Mr. Kavanaugh comes in with the song playing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna. As much as it's awesome, but yeah, I'm never gonna live it down.
Tied to it now. You're tied to it now.
But that kind of goes along with the whole thing. Like,
awesome,
you're not just like spitting out words. Like you're thinking about. You're tying it. Like you can. Here's a book. Make a song. Like, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's the creativity behind it.
Or just like what beat, like, what beat you want. You know how it sounds. Like, if you have a sound, you know what song you want. Like, you know what lyrics you want to go with it. If you have lyrics, you know what beat you want to go with. It's like a whole creative process. Like,
no, 100%.
And it's being PG-2 with kids, like, watching lyrics and, like...
But, like, that song that I played you when I first got here.
Yeah.
That does not have 1 ounce of swearing in it.
Yeah.
No,
I was gonna say I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
But like, and that's one thing that I was trying to like, cause I got an 11-year-old sister, man, who loves my music.
Right.
And that fuck song is not something that she could be bumping.
Right. But you want to make enough music where it's not.
I
like,
want both sides.
Yeah. No, that's the way.
And like, and I had a lot of thoughts about like, now am I suppressing who I am? Cause I swear a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
fuck. Like,
bro.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to suppress who I am, but like, I also don't want, like, I want the side
not
to be
every
like,
single song has to be like vulgar.
I want my crazy side. And then I want my side that like I have a 60-year-old dad at home too.
Right,
it's like,
they can listen to it. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like, then he's got a song called Directions that was on my last album. That is a music video. I hear him bumping that working out. Like he genuinely likes that shit. And I'm just like,
awesome.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that's not my favorite song, but like now I'm hitting all different demographics.
Exactly. Right. You're getting the big fan base. That's
just
what you need. You need the massive fan base.
But yeah, that was cool. That whole process was awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It was definitely like it's life changing. Mr. Kavanaugh, don't use that against me.
Yeah.
Come at me later.
Well, it's also too like you just don't know, like as an artist, no matter how big or whatever you are, it's like you don't know what song. Like you hear like famous people that are like that song almost like wasn't even gonna be on the album, and it's like the #1 hit.
Right.
Because you just don't know who is gonna like play off of it.
That's the weirdest part too, because the songs that people love are the songs that I don't like.
Right.
Yeah,
but
so weird.
Like my first music video, Bedtime Stories, was off my first project ever.
Yeah.
And I was shot in Whitesboro High School. It was like corny, like and that's not how like I hated high school, but like I knew like who else is getting into the high school and shooting a music video.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like so like I did it blah blah blah, and like just making music when that music video hit like 1,000 views and stuff, I was just like,
what is this? Yeah.
This song almost didn't make the album.
Right.
And this is the song that I'm choosing to shoot a music video for,
right.
because that's what, like I was just like, what?
Yeah. No,
and like that correlates and it keeps correlating, and it's just like,
Well, that's the thing. Like you said, it's stackable material and content. Like I always tell, like it's just have the content there, and the people will see what they want to see or listen to what they want to listen to, and you'll hit them where they are. Right. So you just got to have it there. Just throw it out there. You're not going to impress everybody, and some people they might like what you say this week. They might hate what you say next week.
Right.
So it's just
such as life.
Through it.
Well, we try to be we're not like sitting here just like talking shit.
Right.
No, we're just trying to like.
But like you also need people to talk shit too, because if people don't talk shit, then it's fake love.
Yeah, no, that's true too.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Not very much.
But another thing with the tree trolls thing, I might have to plug my laptop in soon too.
Oh sure.
But one thing with the tree troll things is that almost like set the bar for me because of the fact that like I don't give a fuck what everyone else is saying.
Right.
I had people that I went to high school with that could have been breaking my balls about that shit.
Right.
Fuck them. What are you doing?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that implemented that thought in my head too. It's like I'm gonna do me.
Right. No, and like I said, that's something that you can't put a price tag on.
Right.
Like I said, you gotta like let them be who they are. That's it. Yeah. So you need something? I can hook you up.
Yeah, we're good. I just gotta plug this in.
All right.
You mind just plugging in it? I'll get it.
Oh, there is one. I don't even know. I don't even know where my outlets are in this house.
Yeah, I scoped that out as soon as I got
Scope that out. Where's the power source? Where's the power source?
Well, I never use it.
Right.
Because what's over there?
Oh god.
It's funny.
Yeah. So I got two things we can do. You want to tell the Florida story about the car, or do you want to play this song that we played earlier?
I'm open to either.
I'm just saying,
whatever you guys want to hear. Like,
I think we could do both. I think just
the Florida story.
I love
the Cliff Notes, the Cliff Notes version. Because I feel like maybe
you were there, right? Yeah,
I was there. Maybe I was just drinking, but I felt like that story was like. You tell stories like me. I have to give I paint the picture.
All right. So is that what we're going with first?
Yeah, we'll start.
We're gonna do that, but then we want to hear the song.
And it's awesome because like, I got a plan to go back.
Do you?
Very soon.
That's awesome.
And like, I'm almost like finding
permanently.
Yeah.
Where in Florida were you?
You gotta go. Really?
I was at the time when I got my car stolen. I was in Boca Raton.
Oh right.
All right. So anyways, let's start from the top.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
So I'm about. I don't even know if I was 20. I might have been just freshly 21. I had to be freshly 21. And so one of my buddies, JT Martin, who's a video guy, the dude that I do like, I told you about the whole audio thing.
Yeah.
He's been inspiring me since like he owned his own company doing video work since he was like 15.
Yeah.
LLC, beast.
Just start off the top and go.
Graduates high school, leaves to Florida. And this is my best friend, you know what I mean? Like this is someone that I started rapping with.
Right.
So I'm like, and I'm happy for like it's like, yeah, I missed it, dude, but go do your fucking thing. Like, good for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, so like, we're always keeping in touch. Like, I still like FaceTime him here and out periodically. And like, now he's like, yeah, my lease is going to be up in my apartment soon. And like, he was like, you want to like, what's up? Like, you said you want to move down, make that jump. And he it's almost like, I don't want to say he forced that jump on me, but like, I got my car stolen for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was not ready. I was not ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so I remember the days are winding down. I'm about to go. I just buy a car 3 days before. The car that's in the driveway. I got the car back.
Yeah.
But so like, so I'm sitting there. I'm talking to him financially, and this dude like lives a luxury lifestyle. Like his apartment is modern as hell. He's like almost like he's almost that like metrosexual dude that's like he's very particular with like. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I want this to be white and modern and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So it's like, I can't lower his sense of living at all.
Right.
And he was even like, he was cool to the point where like, look, like I'll get the master bedroom. I'll pay like almost double what you're paying. Like he was going to help me out. And like, that was dope. Like I appreciated it. Yeah, so anyways, he even flew back from Florida, came back. We're in New York. This is like the day before we're leaving. And like it was 2 days before we're leaving because my mom was throwing a going away party for me the next day. And I haven't out my first project. And this is like, I knew I wanted to do music. And this is like almost like the spark. I was thinking like, this is what's going to make me want it more. Like, I got to put myself in a situation where it's like.
To get to the next level.
Like, I got to make the money. I got to like throw myself in the jungle. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there, we're in Applebee's and like, we're breaking down like the financial budget. And I remember like sitting there, I'm like, I don't know if I could do this, man. So much doubt. And like, I don't know if you guys, like, I'm a very spiritual person. So like the law of attraction and like manifesting, like what you put out, like, so I'm putting in so much doubt.
Right.
Like I'm almost sick to my stomach, but I'm trying not to let it show. Like I'm like freaking out a little bit. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. So we go, we hit the road. I'm ready for it. We're driving, we're having a great time. We get there, we get to Florida. 2 days in, I drop, like, I have an interview. Like, I got a job lined up. I have an interview. Right. I walk out of the job. I get the job. I go into training and I walk right out. I was like, fuck this.
We're going.
This ain't
We're
me.
Doing it. Yeah.
This ain't, like, I don't want to work here anymore. Like, this is almost under me. Like, I was like, nah, fuck that. And this is almost like a domino effect of, like, negativity. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, and then my album drops. No, and then I go to, because, like, I was new to the uploading thing. Right. My album was supposed to drop a certain date. I didn't realize it takes time to process through the store. So I did it, like, 30 minutes before midnight. And it was, like, delayed. Like, the album didn't drop how I wanted to. So I'm like, here we go. Like, the album drops, though, like 2 days later. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So, like, I knew that, like, I made sure, like, I was clean, like, drug testing in case I got a job down there. But, like, since I walked out of that job, I'm, like, to the point where, like, I'm, like, I go out, I go over to my friend's house, I get lit. Right. You know, I took a couple hits of, like, a joint or whatever. And, like, now it's, like, that's going to be in my drug test or whatever. Right. I come back, I drive back, 3 o'clock in the morning. I park. And I'm, like, almost, like, I'm not drunk. I don't want you to think I'm dead. I'm not driving drunk. But, like, it was later, like, I sobered out. I came home. Right. I get there, and it's, like, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I leave my laptop in my car. I leave my mic in my car. I'm like, you know what? I'll just get it in the morning. Like, whatever. And I had a spare set of keys in my trunk with, like, my birth certificate, my passport.
All the stuff you need to live.
My everything. Like, social security card. And it's, like, my dad the whole time. My dad's, like, a very, like, he's on my ass type of person. Right, you know what I mean? He's like, take that shit out of your car. Right. Take that shit out of your car. And that's why I believe the law of attraction. It's like, if you're not going to listen to me, you're going to find out the hard way. Right. Like, simple as that. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? I go inside. I wake up. Now it's my buddy JT, who I'm about to. So I'm staying at my buddy Chris's house. Like, me and him are both just crashing on his couch. Right. Separate couches, obviously. Right. But anyway. Yeah. So it's like, all right, it's his sister's birthday. She lives down there too. Yeah. So we're like, all right, we're going to go to the club. We're going to get laid. Like, da, da, da. Good time. Yeah. So I'm about to leave to go get a bottle for the day. Yeah. I walk outside. My car's not there. So I'm looking around. Did my car get towed? I'm calling the same tow company. Nah, we don't have your car. Bro, you just called. Like, I don't have your car. Yeah. And now it's hitting me. I'm like, did my car get stolen? Right. And I'm like, I'm not like sad. Like, I'm just like, this ain't real. Yeah. What the fuck's going on? Like, nah. So anyways, I call the cops. And then, like, when the cops are on the way, I'm like, I can't call my dad. Fuck that. Yeah. Like, I told you. So I call my mom first. My mom was always, like, the more understanding one. And, like, my parents are divorced, so, like, they don't talk. And, like, they're on totally different spectrums. You know what I mean? She was like, so did you call your dad? And I was like, no. Like, I'm hoping that you can, like, I can get my car back and he doesn't have to know shit. Right. He was like, well, you got to tell him. Like, oh, God. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. I talked to him. And he just fucking loses. He goes, when I told him that the keys in, like, because I had a little safe with a spare key, and my car's push to start, and that was new to me. Like, I've never had a push to start car. Yeah. So I tell him about that, and he was like, look, I fucking told you. Blah, blah, blah. And then they're coming, and then the worst part is, like, I haven't even made one car payment on this car. So like my license plate is like the same license plate as my old car. So like when the cops are typing it in, like it's coming in as my old car, and I don't have the documentation for my paperwork. Yeah,
you got like a temporary registration.
It's like almost like I don't own the car at all.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
So it's like, all right. So at this point, like, I'm not gonna, like, I sat on this dude's couch staring at the ceiling for about like 5 days. I have no car. Like, these two buddies that I'm down there with are going on living their life, and I feel just stuck. Yeah, you're just like, what do I do now? And like now my other buddy's like, yo, like, I gotta get this lease. Like, I gotta get out of this dude's apartment. Like, are you in? Like, what's your deal? Like, and I feel pressured. Like, I was just like, I had a lot of shit to figure out, and it's finally like I was like, bro, like, I'm going home, man. Yeah, like there's too much. Like, all my like half my clothes were in the car still. Like, everything that I owned was taken from me. Yeah, right. So I'm like, bro, like, I could barely afford living out here then. Like, now I got to restart. Like, I got to go home.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Once I tell them that, 3 o'clock in the morning calls, and I get a call from the cops. They found my car on the side of the road without gas, abandoned.
Right. Like, what are the odds of that?
So I'm like, that was almost like, fuck, I don't even want this car. Yeah. Like, let insurance, like, freaking, like, just give me a new car.
Bad karma.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want this shit no more. So I get the car back. Ashes all over the place. Like,
was all your stuff there or gone?
All my stuff's gone.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to follow up. I'm like, yo, like, maybe you can, like, because they figured out who it was. It was like this girl rented it from another dude, and they had like video evidence of them renting it, but they don't have any video evidence of the dude that they rented it from's front of his face.
Right, yeah.
It's like they knew they planned it like.
It's like so particular.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, all my shit's gone. They left me $100 in rolling papers, which is cool, I guess. But like,
thanks.
but like, yeah, and a fake Chanel bag. But yeah.
Sounds about right.
And a knife.
And a knife.
In the Chanel bag.
So, like, we took all your.
In the Chanel bag.
We took all your shit, but here.
But yeah.
Here's a little token.
But yeah, but like if none of that shit happened,
right,
I wouldn't have came home, worked on another album solely with like, and then I worked on another album with this producer, Ivy, the producer, which is like that was my first time being in a studio and making songs from scratch.
Yeah.
And I learned the whole creative process. Right. And then like we butted heads, we don't talk anymore.
Right.
Now I do it independently. Right. So if none of that shit didn't happen,
right,
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now.
Everything happens for a reason. Right. It really
and that's
does.
Why that's what made me spiritual is because I reflected on it and I was like, yeah, like this lined up with this and this lined up with this together. And then like and
it's
like,
all falling apart to come together.
And like for real.
Like sometimes people just say that to make people feel better. Like everything happens for a reason,
Not,
you know. But sometimes like it really does.
Yeah. No, it does.
Yeah.
Like that experience made me believe it. Yeah. But now this time, like I already got like 3 times amount like in my bank account that I'm saving up than I had last time.
Right.
And this time I'm not trying to rent an apartment. Like me and
you
my
just
brother
want to be like ready to go. You want to smart.
You know what I mean? Like there's a difference.
Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
I think I want to stay more like. I don't really care, to be honest. I just want to get away from Utica and get away from like the distractions of like,
right.
You're gonna know me as in me now, and you don't know me from high school. Like I'm a different ass person, and you're gonna fucking respect me as that. Simple as that.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like I don't want to be around that shit. Like I want to be who I am, and like I go out to Saranac Thursdays. I got my hair braided and shit, and I have kids from high school like touching the bun at the like.
Well, it's a lot of people around here are like very small minded.
Right, and it's like. I want to be around people that are like that my buddies around that made him like what he's doing, what he is now. Is like people that are gonna make me grow. I don't want like
what
are you doing next week? You want to go to the bar and like
same thing, same shit.
I got some blow in my car. Like no, dude. Like
it's like we're going to Saranac. Like great. Yeah. Like, nothing against Saranac, but
it's cool. Yeah, Saranac, like the whole Saranac thing is awesome. But like, it's the people that are there that I don't like.
Right. Yeah.
That's the fake love. That's the fake love.
Well, it's like some people are just like fine with doing like the same thing every week and like hanging out with the same people, doing the same thing, like not making any moves, not even like growing, like
not trying to grow, not trying to.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be like famous, but like even just in my career, like I want something more. I don't want to just be in like. It takes a while, you know, but it's like I just like me and you both want like to do other things. Like you have an MBA, so it's like well, we want to move to Florida too.
Yeah,
what part of Florida do you want to go?
Like
I don't think I answered your question.
Orlando. No, you didn't. You said you didn't care. We're probably like
I think
leaning more towards Orlando.
Yeah, so the Orlando would be like 3 hours from where I'd be.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like originally I was thinking like the Delray. I want to be like it's like East Coast. Bottom, like the Delray, West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, a little towards Miami, just because my buddy JT's down there and like me and him do close really we do really good when it comes to creating shit together.
Good work. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we feed off each other well, and it's not even that like because of him and like I'm down there like I always visit. Like I'm going down there in like 2 months. And it's like I just know everyone already. Like I'm already like kind of like well connected now.
Yeah, you're kind of like halfway there.
So as long as I'm around palm trees.
Yeah.
Right.
And where I could just step outside from like work
and it's not snowing like it was today.
And I just look around and I'm just like.
And it's like sunny.
Yeah.
That will make me feel like I made it.
Yeah. No, that's where we're at too. Like
that's how we feel. I'm like if I can go down there and like even just make the same amount of money I'm making now and live like pay the same amount of money to live, I'd be like that's fine.
Yeah.
Because at least like I could walk outside and it's not snowing on May 12th.
And it's just like the snow's just like depressing.
Weird. Yeah, and it's not even that so much as just not seeing the sun, dude, for like days.
Yeah,
like sometimes a week. You just
and the wind has been like
it's gray outside.
Crazy.
I haven't seen the sun in like 4 months.
Yeah, because you've been like working overnights, right?
And that played a toll on me mentally. I swear to God.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
But now I accept it and like I'm cool with it because now I don't have to see anyone.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, man. I used to work third shift and I kind of used to love it. The isolation and you could focus. You really kind of in your own world at that point. So it's kind of.
But that's where I need to be right now.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, in your position, you gotta be. Yeah. And like I said, you're making some of your best work right now.
And like the fact that I'm like saving a lot of money.
Yeah,
that too. Yeah, all your friends are out. You're going. Oh, I gotta go to work.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's like it's a good excuse. You know what I mean?
It's a legit excuse.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have any other way. I don't think.
No, definitely not. I don't blame you. Yeah, if you want, you can play your song. I said we'll close.
I don't know.
Or if you don't want to, you don't have
to.
to.
I'll play this, but I don't know if I'm gonna play that song.
Oh, okay, all right.
I gotta figure out. I have so much music that like.
Yeah, we want to hear a song, and then we'll close it out.
Give me a vibe that you want to hear. You want to hear something me rapping, or do you want to hear something like poppy?
What song are you most proud of?
Yeah,
out or not out?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, whichever one you think like means the most to you, we'll do that one.
Okay. So it's out already.
Okay,
that's fine.
And my mom just gave me a late birthday present today. It was like a plaque, and it's the lyrics like spiraled.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, so
oh,
like,
shit, that's awesome.
And my buddy JT, he's extremely busy, but he hooked me up. He's shooting a music. He already shot the music video for it. I've been waiting forever for him to edit it. But this is the song. Oh no, that's not it. I gotta turn the speaker on.
Yeah, no,
It's called Moonlight. It's off the produced album with the Ivy League dude.
Right,
so like he made the beat from scratch and like blah blah blah.
Nice.
It just got like a different vibe. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite songs.
What's it called?
Moonlight.
Okay. I don't know if you said that.
I really fuck with the beat. Same, I want no symmetry. The question is how. Searching answers out loud. And if I wear it on my sleeve, the motherfucker, I'm proud. Now you can't keep me down. Gotta keep holding on, but I just bleed as I write the song. I'm trying to read between the blurred lines. Hurt people during hurt times. I stop to think, why the fire burn bright? I shine bright, dark eyes for the moonlight. I'm trying to read between the blurred lines. Hurt people during hurt times. I stop to think, why the fire burn bright? I shine bright, dark eyes for the moonlight. Life's got its moments, the good and the worst. I can't control it, gift and a curse. A bee keeps buzzing for that pollen dispersed. Purpose to serve, I see it observe. Purpose to serve, got a purpose to serve, got a. You can keep that, I'm morphed to be that. So I'm buzzing around me where the bees at. I keep 10 toes down, or where my feet at. Ain't no failing, never give up, keep me sailing. Moments too tough, inhale bailing. Need the love, don't need the drugs. Pick me up, say it enough. Stay clear, dig deep, don't breathe what you see. When I face my fears, that's what I need. Ship sink at sea, count my blessing. What a mess, it made me question time, less stressing, apprehending. Found no ending, keep embedded in my head. It can't stop, won't stop. We'll make it happen, can't stop. I won't stop, gotta make it happen. I'm trying to read between the blurred lines. Hurt people during hurt times. I stop to think, why the fire burn right? It just hits me differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
that's where you were at that time, you know?
yeah.
Well, I will say, like, some people, like, sing or rap or whatever, and they're just like, you're like, okay. But, like, that sounds, like, legit.
Yeah.
Like, if that was on the radio, like, I wouldn't think twice. Like, it's, like, good.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, almost reminds me of, like, Logic a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if you like him.
I don't like Logic.
Okay.
But it's fine.
But not, like, his mainstream stuff.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But, like, I'm to the, like, I've heard, like, comparisons. It's like, I try not to, like,
You don't want to compare it.
because
right?
I try to, like, try not to be like anyone. But, like, at the same time,
I mean, it doesn't really,
I know
like,
the positivity that you mean it by. Because, like, this dude's made it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, whether I like Logic or not. It's like.
And he probably started like you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I don't, like, know his story. But, I mean, not everyone.
He's a smart dude. Like,
Yeah.
I respect him.
But no, it sounds like good. Like, it doesn't even, like, I don't want to say it doesn't sound like you, but, like, talking to you, and then, but that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like,
and I have songs.
It's just
from me,
good.
like, in
It's
a totally
good.
different tone too. It's like,
yeah. Well, even that one you played before, it was like sounded a little different, not in a bad way. Just like it was just like.
And I'm telling you, like, if you guys like, check out that fuck song if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't hear it. I'll have to
And it
listen to it.
like
That's
sounds
I like that other one
like
you
it.
played though
Sounds very
too.
different.
The one that you said kind of had a Post Malone vibe.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's gonna get there.
But that's not out, right?
No, and
okay.
Like I literally just recorded that.
Yeah.
And
even that sounded like
that needs to go.
You probably are listening to it like this needs a lot of work, and I'm listening to it like this sounds.
And
good.
it's funny because you say that song sounds like it could be on the radio, and like I could hear like how that dude that I was working with did not mix my vocals the way it should have been.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to discredit that song because I love that song,
right,
but like it's like.
But you hear it a different way than
where I'm at now
is
not where I'm gonna be.
Right.
Right.
No, exactly.
And I gotta keep reminding myself that. You know
right.
No, definitely. Always be working. That's the thing. And you're always working, so that's half the battle. You know, always gotta be grinding, man.
Always.
Any releases or drops coming up like anytime this year that anyone should know about?
So I have a song that I'm working with my buddy Romstar.
Right.
I'm featured on his song that should be coming out fairly soon.
Okay.
I just got to master it and everything.
Okay.
I'm working on an album. I could drop it right now. I have more than enough songs, like I said.
Right.
But it's like until I feel like it's right, I'm not gonna do it.
Just
maybe I'll periodically drop like a single. But like I don't have anything scheduled.
Right.
Like I'm to the point where I'm gonna just go with the flow, quality over quantity.
That's what I do. Yeah, I definitely got it, bro.
But yeah. Hopefully that Moonlight video comes out soon because I'm going down to Florida and I'm gonna be
I can't wait to see it.
And I'm gonna like heckle him.
Yeah, I don't believe.
But yeah.
You got what should I promote as far as like your music? Where is it? iTunes, Spotify.
I could send you a link. It's called Linktree.
Okay.
And it has all of it broke. You click the link and then it has like YouTube, blah 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 blah.
Definitely send me that link. And like I said, I'll put it on like with the page. Like I said, once we get all done editing and everything, I'll put it on there. Make sure you get that promotional stuff as best I can.
I appreciate both of you for even having me.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
We're fans now officially.
Yeah. I'm fans of you guys.
Yeah.
Sir LJ, get money. My man Logan. For sure. We appreciate you, man.
All right.
We'll be signing out. Travis Podcast. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.